you look at the things that you don't want, which naturally you're sorting them out. You came to sift and sort, to identify wanted and unwanted, or not preferred to preferred, or unsatisfactory to satisfactory. Of course you did, because you are an evolving being in an evolving universe. But it's an attraction-based universe, which means everything that you shout no at, which is usually the things you really disapprove of and don't want in your experience, every time you shout no at them, you're actually vibrationally shouting, come to me. Come to me, this thing I do not want. And you can get to the point where you can have so many things that you really, really, really do not want that are so active in your vibration. Maybe something happened a long time ago and it hurt you, or it offended you, or you did not like it. But if you do not continue to regurgitate it and talk about it and tell the story of it, that vibration will dissipate and it will no longer be a part of your attraction. But if you keep remembering it, if you keep focusing on it, if you keep activating it, if you keep renewing it in your now vibration, which is where all of your power is, if you keep renewing that thing that happened yesterday or 10 years ago or 20 years ago or 30 years ago, if you keep renewing it and making it active in your now vibration, then it continues to be that vibrational resistance or stumbling block or active vibration. A belief is just a thought you continue to think. An active belief that prevents you from the clear vibration of attracting what you really want. So what happens with most humans is you move through life and you know what you don't want and you know what you do want. So you are emanating these clear rockets of desires or preferences that the non-physical part of you, who stayed non-physical while you came into your body, the non-physical part of you focuses upon what you have mined from the life experience, focuses upon the new decisions and preferences and intentions that you have found, and then gives undivided attention to that. No lackful thought coming from your inner being. So when you, once you've launched this rocket, once you've identified with clarity what you prefer, and sometimes it takes a little bit of life experience to do that, once you have identified that you want something, then as you think about what you want and you talk about what you want, then you move in the direction of what you want and you feel so good because your vibration has smoothed out. You have become a cooperative component to your own creation. And you are in sync with the broader part of you, which is where all satisfaction comes from. But as humans, you sometimes, often, an unreasonable amount of time as far as we are concerned, you care what other humans think about things more than you do about finding resonance with the greater part of you, with this very wise, very old, very expansive part of you. And so often, instead of moving in the direction of who you really are, you move in the opposite direction of who you are and what you want, by continuing to point out why you want that, by beating the drum of what's wrong in the being without it. And you get what you think about. So what vibration are you offering? Because sometimes you think you're offering a vibration that's in harmony with your desire and in harmony with who you are because you're smiling and using positive words. And we say, you cannot fake it till you make it, because you can't offer words that you do not feel and affect your vibration in any way. And so sometimes you're offering a vibration or a statement from a feeling place of the absence of what you want. And that's what we want to help you to become more aware of, because that's the one subtle piece that once you recognize it, then you will so much more steadily be moving toward the allowing of what you want. And you'll be in this receiving mode where you'll receive impulses and ideas and words to say and places to be, and your timing will be so magnificent as you rendezvous with all other cooperative components that will assist you in the delicious life that you've intended to live, as you can then witness the magnificent unfolding of things in this never-ending creation that is you. You are the only one who can contour your vibration or contour your point of attraction. And so when you realize that even though some circumstance or event or other individual is an object of your attention, and as you are observing them or giving your attention to them, you are feeling uncomfortable, still it is your control of the way you look or the aspects that you look for that makes the difference in whether you separate's too strong of a word, but move away from your own inner being or move towards your own inner being. And when you move towards your inner being, you feel better. And when you move away from your inner being, you feel worse. In other words, this is the way your guidance system works. And so over time, Esther has come to understand, and you are coming to understand too, perhaps, that you didn't come here to change the world so that you can feel better. You came here in order to acknowledge your own perception and acknowledge your own point of attraction and see things from a big enough picture that you can stay in balance, because once you are in balance, then you can move about with more freedom without feeling like you need to control the uncontrollable. Aren't you ready to give that up? If you have mastered control over your children, you've done them a great disservice. And we promise you, you haven't. They just got sneakier. You're not controlling them. They're just not doing the things they want to do when you're around. You teach deception by insisting that they be the way that you want them to be rather than the way that they are choosing to be. We know we can feel a little panic in the room that, oh, that means we should just let everybody do whatever they want to do. Pretty much, you don't have much other choice. But you can control your own point of attraction. And here's the most important thing. You have complete control over your own power of influence. Because when you take the time, and it does take some conscious attention, to come into alignment consistently, steadily with who you really are, the leverage of non-physical energy that moves to you and through you makes you a very influential, very uplifting person. And when you think about it, those that you are wanting to control most are usually those whom you love the most. And so it's only when you are in love, it's only when you are in that vibration of wholeness that your influence is such that you can then be like a satellite dish maybe that is beamed down closer to where they are, offering, emanating, oozing a vibration that is so in sync with the God force that you are, the love that you are, that they can then maybe come under your influence a little bit. But when you are blaming them and judging them and demanding things from them and condemning them, when you are pushing against them in a universe that is only attraction based, all that happens is that you lose your connection to who you are, and then you're just banging around untethered out here as they are, and then it becomes the biggest and the meanest against the biggest and the meanest. In other words, then it becomes a physical battle that's only a really insecure person who is really mean. Because someone who's really tuned into source energy doesn't feel that defensiveness, doesn't feel that need to gather together others and push hard against others. This is a universe based upon attraction. There's no exclusion in this universe. It's all attraction. So we just want to remind you that you are so much more than you know, and that that non-physical part of you is always aware of you. And that the thoughts that that non-physical part of you holds about you and about the subjects of your life, meaning the other people and the circumstances and events, what your inner being knows about you, as you come to know it too, you'll not only feel wonderful, because it feels good to feel good, but you will then be the witnesser of the universe and its universal power and focus working things out for you. It's so delicious to be this leading edge creator that you are in your physical body and working with the laws and the power of the universe. And it is so hard to be working against it. And without even knowing it, you've picked up physical habits along your trail that cause you to work against yourself. Nobody else has any power against you. So it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. They can't negatively affect you. But what you think about them can negatively affect you. It's what you think about what's going on with them, because it has to be an active vibration within you to affect you. So an active vibration within you could be about a lot of things, couldn't it? And so that's what we want to help you recognize and clarify and clean up just a little bit if you want to. How do you know if what you are offering vibrationally is beneficial to you? Is it serving you in a positive way in terms of your own point of attraction? Because this is a vibrational universe, and what you think about causes you to offer a vibration, and that vibration then is recognized and responded to by law of attraction by matching things. In other words, you get what you think about. So how would you know if you're offering a beneficial vibration? Well, the first thing that you have to understand in order to understand your guidance system at all is that you are this physical being, but there is a non-physical part of you too, who is in every moment in time offering a vibration too. And these two aspects of you work so well together, and they have somewhat different intentions in that the non-physical part of you remains non-physical, which means it remains pure and non-resistant and always in harmony with who you really are and what you've come to be, while the physical you could very well be varying with that. You might be focused upon something that is not allowing you to be a vibrational match to who you really are. You are pure love, and sometimes when you focus upon something and you feel what you call hatred or anger or disappointment or disapproval, those emotions are what you feel when you get crossways of your true current. And so as we began explaining that to Esther in the early days, she took some issue with that because she felt very justified sometimes in the negative emotion that she felt about some things or some people. And she said to us, I think, Abraham, you just need more information about them. Because if you knew what I know, then you would feel like I feel. And over time, we were able to help her to understand that her true nature is one of love also. And that didn't set very well with her or a lot of people, because it made her and some of you feel like, oh, well, no matter what rotten thing is going on in the world, and no matter how badly some people are behaving to others or even to me, that it's up to me to make all the adjustments, that they can just go on being the obnoxious, terrible people that they are, and I have to make all of the adjustments, and that just does not seem fair. And we said, well, let's talk about this. Yes, that's the way it is. It's very clear to us what you're about and what you want. And it is our absolute promise to you that we will satisfy the things that you want to know about, because they are very clear. It's going to be a really good day. Everything that is spoken, and you'll hear it, you also may very well receive it. You also may very well identify with it. And for sure, you will emit your own vibrational place of being. So just relax and enjoy the moving closer to who you really are. Your ability to comprehend is going to come on in a fuller way than it usually is. You're going to understand things. And as we talk, your feeling of understanding is going to wrap all around you, and you're going to feel better than usual. And when you leave, that understanding will sustain for a while. But as you try to explain what you know to others, you may not know it quite as well when you are not in this close proximity. But this is the point that we're wanting to make with you. You do not have to be in this physical space in order to have access to the expansion that you accomplish is yours forevermore, because there is no regression. There is no going back. So as a result of what we talk about here today and the vibrational movement that happens within you, your point of attraction will absolutely shift. Absolutely. Which means every relationship that you have will be new, which means you can very well have new expectations about old relationships and have new experiences begin to come. And that is so much fun.